Former Japanese PM Abe dies after being fatally shot in Nara, Tokyo, July 8. Shinwa, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe died after being shot Friday by a gunman during a speech in the western city of Nara when campaigning for Sunday's upper house election, local media reported. Military rocket explodes seconds after being launched in U.S. California, Los Angeles, July 8. Xinhua, a test rocket exploded several seconds after launching from the Vandenberg Space Force Base in the U.S. state of California late Wednesday night, according to a news release on the base's website. Rwanda maintains drop in COVID-19 infections since January. Kigali, July 8. Xinhua, Rwanda has maintained a drastic drop in COVID-19 infections since the beginning of 2022, following massive vaccination exercise countrywide. UN to promote Kiswahili language. Nairobi, July 8. Xinhua, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, said that it will promote the Kiswahili language in order to boost African unity. Ronaldo's departure looks more likely after missing Man United preseason tour. London, July 8. Xinhua, Cristiano Ronaldo's future looks increasingly to lie away from Manchester United after the 37-year-old Portuguese international was not included in the squad for the club's preseason tour of Thailand and Australia. Pakistan reports 693 new COVID-19 cases. Islamabad, July 8. Xinhua, Pakistan reported 693 new COVID-19 cases during the last 24 hours, bringing the tally to 1,541,645, the country's Ministry of Health said on Friday. Former Japanese PM Abe dies after being fatally shot in Nara. Local media. Tokyo, July 8. Xinhua, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe died after being shot Friday by a gunman during a speech in the western city of Nara when campaigning for Sunday's upper house election, local media reported. BA.5 becoming dominant Omicron subvariant across the world. Health official. Beijing, July 8. Xinhua, the Omicron subvariant BA.5 is becoming the dominant strain of COVID-19 across the world and is causing cluster infections in China, a Chinese health official told a press conference on Friday. Profile former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Tokyo, July 8. Xinhua, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe died after being shot on Friday while delivering a speech in the western city of Nara. Feature East China County cares for the vulnerable in COVID-19 combat. Hefei, July 8. Xinhua, despite some anxiety caused by the latest COVID-19 resurgence, Yang Kuan, 26, has a good reason to remain upbeat as he and his wife welcomed their son to the world on Tuesday in Sixian County, East China's Anhui province. Former Japanese PM Abe confirmed dead. Local media. Tokyo, July 8. Xinhua, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is confirmed dead after being shot Friday by a gunman during a speech in the western city of Nara when campaigning for Sunday's upper house election, local media reported. Malaysia's wholesale, retail trade sales set new record in May. Kuala Lumpur, July 8. Xinhua, Malaysia's wholesale and retail trade sales set a new record in May, growing 19.9% year-on-year to 129.8 billion ringgit, about $29.33 billion, the highest sales since 2013, official data showed Friday. Fijians urged to take protective measures amid rising COVID-19 cases. Suva, July 8. Xinhua, the Fijians have been urged to take protective measures as the island nation continues to report more COVID-19 cases. Flash. Japan's former PM Abe dies after being fatally shot in Nara. Local media. Chinese shares close lower Friday. Beijing, July 8. Xinhua, Chinese stocks closed lower Friday, with the benchmark Shanghai Composite Index down 0.25%, at 3,356.08 points. Malaysia's IPI grows 4.1% in May. Kuala Lumpur, July 8. Xinhua, Malaysia's Industrial Production Index, IPI, increased 4.1% in May as compared to the same month of the previous year, official data showed Friday. Tokyo stocks closed slightly higher, gains capped by Abe shooting Tokyo, July 8. Xinhua, Tokyo stocks closed fractionally higher Friday after early gains made on eased concerns over the U.S. Federal Reserve's aggressive rate hikes were largely erased by the news of the gun attack on ex-Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. U.S. famous national park partially closed due to wildfire. Los Angeles, July 7. Xinhua, a wildfire forced a partial closure Thursday at Yosemite National Park, one of the most visited national parks in the United States. Chinese team captain to miss East Asian Cup due to injury. Beijing, July 8. Xinhua, Chinese men's team captain Wu Shi is set to miss the East Asian Cup tournament after he suffered a rib fracture in a Chinese Super League match. Across China, past meets present at blossoming tea houses by Xinhua writer Zhang Gu. People travel for Eid al-Adha festival. Travelers sitting on the roof of a train leave a station in Dhaka, Bangladesh, July 7, 2022. As Eid al-Adha festival approaches, many people from Bangladesh capital Dhaka have streamed out of the city to join the festival with their kith and kin in village homes. Xinhua. Chinese shares close lower Friday. Beijing, July 8. Xinhua, Chinese stocks closed lower Friday, with the benchmark Shanghai Composite Index down 0.25% at 3,356.08 points. Interview U.S. human rights criticism aimed at destabilizing countries, says Nicaragua's top diplomat. Managua, July 7. Xinhua, U.S. criticism of human rights abroad is aimed at destabilizing other countries, Nicaraguan Foreign Minister Dennis Moncada has said. Philippine President Marcos tested positive for COVID-19. Manila, July 8. Xinhua, Philippine President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos has tested positive for COVID-19, Press Secretary Rose Beatrix Cruz Angeles said Friday. Feature fostering a spirit of family, homeliness for less fortunate kids. Kunming, July 8. Xinhua, when Xiao Guozheng told Wang Bingning that orphans and children with disabilities were fostered in his village for a monthly remuneration of only 316 yuan, around $47, Wang could not believe his ears and thought Xiao was playing a trick. Sao Paulo, Guianiense reach Copa Sudamericana quarterfinals. Rio de Janeiro, July 7. Xinhua, Brazilian clubs Sao Paulo and Atlético Guianiense advanced to the Copa Sudamericana quarterfinals on Thursday with victories over Chile's Universidad Católica and Paraguayan side Olimpia, respectively. Estudiantes reach Copa Libertadores last 8. Buenos Aires, July 7. Xinhua, Argentina's Estudiantes progressed to the Copa Libertadores quarterfinals with a 3-0 home victory over Brazilian side Fortaleza on Thursday. Japan's PM Abe showing no vital signs following shooting. Kyoto, Tokyo, July 8. Xinhua, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is showing no vital signs after being shot Friday by a gunman during a speech in the western city of Nara, Kyoto reported, citing a local emergency official. 97 killed, 101 injured over last 3 weeks as torrential rains play havoc in Pakistan. Islamabad, July 8. Xinhua, 97 people were killed and 101 others injured in separate rain-related accidents across Pakistan over the last 3 weeks, the country's National Disaster Management Authority, NDMA, said on Thursday. Former Japanese PM Abe showing no vital signs. Kyoto, Tokyo, July 8. Xinhua, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is showing no vital signs after being shot Friday by a gunman during a speech in the western city of Nara, Kyoto reported, citing a local emergency official. China's June SME activities pick up as economy recovers. Beijing, July 8. Xinhua, the performance of China's small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, showed improvements in June as business operations resumed and supply chain disruptions have been gradually addressed amid a package of pro-growth policies, industry data showed. Top automaker SAIC Motor reports strong overseas sales in H1. Shanghai, July 8. Xinhua, China's major carmaker SAIC Motor sold 381,000 vehicles overseas in the first half of 2022, up 47.7% from the same period last year, the company said Thursday. China's Anhui reports 17 confirmed, 140 asymptomatic local COVID-19 cases. Hefei, July 8. Xinhua, East China's Anhui province reported 17 locally transmitted confirmed COVID-19 cases and 140 local asymptomatic carriers on Thursday, the Provincial Health Commission said Friday. India elected to UNESCO panel on intangible cultural heritage. New Delhi, July 8. Xinhua, India has been elected to the Intergovernmental Committee of UNESCO's 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage, ICH, for the 2022 to 2026 cycle, officials said Friday. Across China, night economy drives up tourism, consumption in ancient Chinese cities. Hefei, July 8. Xinhua, Huajia, or Flower Street in English, is named after the lanterns that lit up the streets at night in ancient times. It was a busy street with lively nightlife hundreds of years ago, and today's booming night economy in China has injected even more vitality into Huajie. Korea's ruling party suspends leader's membership for 6 months. Seoul, July 8. Xinhua, South Korea's ruling Conservative People Power Party, PPP, decided Friday to suspend the party membership of its leader Lee Jun-suk for 6 months over allegations of sexual bribery. Afghanistan releases 935 prisoners on Eid al-Adha. Kabul, July 8. Xinhua, the Afghan authorities have released 935 prisoners on the eve of Eid al-Adha, an annual Muslim festival, the chief spokesman of the Taliban-led caretaker government said on Friday. China's BRI designed to promote development, connectivity, cooperation. Pakistani Foreign Ministry Islamabad, July 8. Xinhua, China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, is a major development initiative that is designed to promote development, connectivity and cooperation in many fields, the Pakistani Foreign Ministry said on Thursday. Beijing Goan injured striker leaves camp to receive treatment. Beijing, July 8. Xinhua, Beijing Goan forward Zhang Yuning has left team camp in Meizhou on Friday morning for Beijing to receive further treatment on his injured shoulder, the Chinese Super League club said. Senior Chinese legislators meet to deliberate draft law revision. Beijing, July 8. Xinhua, senior Chinese legislators gathered on Friday to discuss a draft law and a draft revision to another law at a meeting of the Council of Chairpersons of the National People's Congress, NPC, Standing Committee. Vietnam's would export up in 6 months. Hanoi, July 8. Xinhua, Vietnam exported more than $8.5 billion worth of wood and wood products in the first 6 months of this year, up 3.4% year-on-year, according to the General Statistics Office on Friday. Former Japanese PM Abe hospitalized after being critically shot. Tokyo, July 8. Xinhua, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe collapsed and showed no sign of life after being shot twice on Friday when he was delivering a speech in the western city of Nara, local media reported. New Zealand, Australia PMs reaffirm renewed trans-Tasman relationship. Wellington, July 8. Xinhua, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese met in Sydney on Friday for their first annual Australia-New Zealand leaders meeting. Afghanistan receives 32 million USD humanitarian cash aid. Kabul, July 8. Xinhua, Afghanistan has received $32 million in humanitarian cash assistance, the country's central bank reported on Friday. Restored Buddha statues on display in Cambodian Museum Phnom Penh, July 8. Xinhua, a restored sandstone Buddha foot statue and 6 ancient wooden Buddha statues are on display at the Preah Norodom Sihanouk Angkor Museum in Cambodia's northwestern Siem Reap province, the Apsara National Authority, ANA, said in a news release on Friday. COVID-19 pandemic affects essential health services. Lao Health Minister Vientiane, July 8. Xinhua, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected essential health services and, even though the virus outbreak in Laos has subsided, some healthcare services are not able to recover to pre-pandemic levels, according to Lao Minister of Health Bounfeng Fumalasith. India reports over 18,815 new COVID-19 cases. New Delhi, July 8. Xinhua, India recorded 18,815 new COVID-19 cases in the past 24 hours, taking the total tally to 43,585,554, showed data released by the Federal Health Ministry on Friday. South Korea to increase tariff-free import items to counter inflation. Seoul, July 8. Xinhua, South Korea decided to increase tariff-free import items as part of efforts to counter surging inflation on Friday, according to the Ministry of Economy and Finance. Vietnam reports fewer food poisoning deaths in 6 months. Hanoi, July 8, Xinhua, a total of 272 people in Vietnam suffered from food poisoning in the first 6 months of 2022, of whom 2 died, according to the country's preventive health department on Friday. Laos earns over $40 million from coffee export in January-June. Vientiane, July 8, Xinhua, Laos exported over 14,559 tons of coffee worth more than $41 million in the first 6 months of 2022.